Let's pop this screenshot up. It's a screenshot. It's an AI summary. Again, I like these. Clear, concise, straight to the point. So I like to share these. Anyway, this is a hypothetical example, okay? This is not real numbers here as far as like my real life. Okay, I'm just being fair with you. But I have wrote this out. So my question to the AI summary was this. If I'm receiving Social Security and I get a $100 per month increase to my Social Security, I'm going to be fair with you. That's not my real situation, okay? Far from it, but I'm just being fair because I used $100 as a nice round number because it's easy to generate math from that number, okay? Anyway, but basically I said if I'm receiving Social Security and I have a $100 increase to my benefit and I'm also receiving food stamps, what happens to my food stamp benefit? And again, I'm using this example for easy mathematical purposes. The way that the food stamp program is set up, and again, I know that a lot of you in this community know this, but I want you to see the magnitude and the math behind these numbers because this is nuts. Anyway, the food stamp program is set up in such a way that they assume that households can spend 30% of their net income on food, okay? So if you have $100, they assume that you're going to spend about $33 of that, or sorry, 30%, $30 of that on food, okay? So here in this example, as we talk about a significantly larger COLA, cost of living adjustment for Social Security beneficiaries of all benefit types in the following year, we have this nasty situation where we recognize food stamps also get adjusted lower. Look at the nasty math on this. If we were to get, again, in this example, a $100 raise to our Social Security, that would result in a 30%, or basically a $30 reduction to food stamps because now we have more money that the food stamp program would assume that we would have to spend on food for the month, right? But my point being is that we're not going to see a $100 increase to our Social Security. At least the bulk of people probably won't. We don't know exactly what the COLA is going to be quite yet, but we do recognize that the COLA for Social Security is probably going to be larger than what we've seen at least for the last few years. It may even be significantly higher. We're not quite sure yet, but you've seen some of my forecast videos recently. But anyway, point being is that this is the 30% reduction that hits your food stamps every single year. And this is a nasty, nasty thing that adjusts food stamps. This is why I've said recently in other videos, we need to look at the net effect of what the actual COLA does. And what I mean by net is we need to basically add it all together and then minus out the deductions. Let me explain a few of them. Okay, so we need to calculate what the COLA raise would actually translate into gross dollars that would come to you. As in, let's just say that you're getting a $1,000 monthly benefit from Social Security. Let's just say, for example, the COLA comes in at 5%. And again, we're just making up numbers here to give this an easy mathematical example. Let's just say you're getting $1,000 and you get a 5% COLA raise. That's $50 a month. However, now we need to assume, because you got $50 more, the food stamp program would assume that 30% of that 50 could be used for food. Okay, 30% of it. 30% of 50 is $15. So now your $50 raise actually offset and reduced your food stamps by $15. So that $50 raise has actually now turned into $35 because net, right? Your raise was 50, deduction of 15 on food stamps. Now it's actually only worth 35. And then we look at the other menace that we all can't stand, which is the Medicare Part B premium, which is projected to be about $220 a month, an increase of about $17 a month more in 2027 over what it is right now in 2026 of $202.90, okay? Now let's run some more math. Remember, we had the original $50 raise. We reduced off $15 to 30% for the food stamp reduction, brings it down to $35. Now we need to calculate an additional $17 deduction for the projected Medicare Part B premium increase. 35 minus 17 is $18. Okay, so now netting it all together, net, that $50 raise that you got is actually probably only going to be worth about $18, maybe. That's it. So that's what I want to point out for you is that netting all this together is really a nasty situation. And again, I'm going to be fair. I know that all of you know that your food stamps get reduced, but do you know the math behind this? This is nuts. This is nuts. And then we continue to wonder why we continue to see all these articles and headlines that say seniors and low income are falling behind every year. Duh, look at the numbers. It's not that hard to figure out, right? Look at how these programs are set up. And no wonder why everyone continues to fall behind. This doesn't take into consideration the little $18 in this example, doesn't take into consideration how much did your utility bills go up? How much did your rent go up? How much did your mortgage payment go up? How much did your property taxes, your insurance go up? How much did the premium on your supplement plan go up? All of these other factors. That $18, that thing is gone so fast, and beneficiaries are negative before we even know it, right? Anyway, I just wanted to share this math with you really quickly. I find this stuff to be fascinating. Not in a good way, but fascinating like, wow. This is like literally setting people up to fail. These programs literally set people up to fail and to struggle financially. It's not a good situation. I don't know. But anyway, super fast. I don't want this video to get too long here. There is a piece of legislation that lawmakers have floated, and I think it's about time for them to bring this back. It says COLAs Don't Count Act. Wait, is that what it is? Yeah, I think that's what the name is. And I'm second guessing myself for a second. COLAs Don't Count Act. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Look it up. Fact check me on that one. But it's something like that. I'm starting to second guess myself. I'm not sure why. But anyway, it's something like that. But anyway, basically what they want to do is they want to basically say that the COLAs for Social Security no longer count as far as the food stamps, as in your raise to Social Security or any benefit administered by Social Security, will no longer offset food stamp benefits. Yeah, why wasn't this done a long time ago, right? It should never have offset food stamp benefits. Because if somebody is living on a fixed income and they're eligible to receive food stamps, by default, if somebody is eligible for food stamps, that means that their income is pretty dang low. Because that's the only way you can be eligible for food stamps is if your income is pretty freaking low, right? Only upwards of 130% of the federal poverty line, not a penny more. Otherwise, you're not eligible. So, anyway, that's not that much. Just being fair with you, okay? Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want this video to get too long here, but I just want to share all this with you so we can all clearly see what's going on. Obviously, we don't know what the COLA is going to be quite yet, but based on some of the videos I've had out recently, kind of giving some of those projections and forecasts, estimates, this is something else we need to take into consideration. Anyway, I'm here for you any way that I possibly can be to advocate on your behalf every single day, bring you updates, everything I can in these videos. I appreciate you. Again, if you're turning 65 in the next 6 months, if you're retiring in the next 6 months, if you are on Medicare and have any questions on Medicare or whatever it happens to be, make sure to contact Chapter Medicare there. Phone number's on the screen for you. It's free. You can read it for yourself, free. My favorite 4-letter F word. I just love it so much. I say it all the time. Free, free, free. Because love saying that F word. Anyway, sorry. I'm not very funny, I know. I think it's kind of funny, honestly, because I'm kind of a sicko like that. But I think it's kind of funny. Anyway, my point being is that Chapter Medicare, they're amazing. They've helped out tons